Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's talk about Carlosking finally addressing Keke's passing. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do reviews and recaps, just as my name suggests. Also, first things first, we just hit 4,000 subscribers. Thank you to every single person that subscribes to me. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are helping me build this channel, and I just want to thank you, and I pray that everything that you want to do for yourself, that you're able to achieve every single one of your dreams. And if there is any way in which I can support you guys who are my subscribers, I would happily support, so make sure you reach out to me on Instagram. Now, with all of that being said, if you haven't hit that like button, make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button, and let's get into today's video. So Carlosking has been getting like a lot of comments, or a lot of people feeling like he has not yet addressed the whole Keke passing. And of course, a lot of people were not happy about it. Now, I completely understand from people's perspective on the fact that, like, she passed. Why can't he come out there to say something on his page instead of sort of putting indirects? And I understand people feeling like someone needs to address something that has happened, especially something as significant as Keke's passing. But I do think there has to be a bit of a balance, in the sense that people deal with things differently. Now, I know that a lot of people don't like Carlos for good reason, but I feel like on this one, I feel like people should just let people deal with grief the way they want to. Now, let's talk about what Carlos had to say. So on his usual Messy Mondays with Drheavenly, they had the moment of silence for Keke, which was really good. You know, it's always important to acknowledge that, and I love how that was brought into their reviews and recaps. Carlos said that a lot of people had reached out to him, and he thanks them for it. Carlos also said, and I'm just going to read out where I have it written: a lot of people handle grief differently, and what a tremendous loss. So prayers to the Jabbar family, prayers to the extended family. It was shocking, and it was something that was super unexpected, and it took a long time to process. So thank you to all who reached out to me. He goes on to say, for people who like to push others to instantly make a comment or video, you guys need to respect people's boundaries when it comes to grief. Everyone handles grief differently. I did speak out on it on my social media heavily on 4th of July. I need a few days to process it, and I'll keep it at that. You know, the family asked to respect privacy, and that is exactly what I'm doing. And I implore other people to do the same. Respect the privacy of the family and leave people alone in the comments. Now, before I go to the second part of what he said, I want to talk about what he has said. Now, I understand people's frustrations. People feel like Carlos and the OWN network failed Keke. People have different opinions on that. But I do agree with Carlos for the first time ever when I say people need to respect people's boundaries when it comes to grief. Everyone handles grief differently. Haven't you seen people who lost their parents and still showed up to work? People who still grind whilst going through a loss, because that's their own way of functioning. That's their own way of dealing with it. And then you have, on the other hand, people that need to take weeks and weeks off work, which neither of them, you can't say one is the wrong way and the other is the right way. However someone chooses to deal with grief is how they choose to deal with grief. They're dealing with it in the best way possible. Let's not act like grief is something that you can sort of prepare for as such. Most times you can't prepare for it. And especially when it is a sudden death that no one was expecting, it's even worse. And so I just wish that people would have some empathy. You may not like Carlos, you may not care for him, and I completely understand. But I feel like that energy, that negativity, I've seen some comments of people trying to blame specific people for Keke's passing, which I just think like, why are we taking things too far? You know, talking about her being on the show and people trying to bring her on the show, all that kind of stuff. Like, can we just dead it and focus on what is happening and focus on sending prayers and thoughts and good vibes and money to the family where possible, as opposed to like beating people because they're not handling it in the way in which you want them to handle it. Now, he also says, and I'm reading, of all times to hold off on the hate tweets and your hateful comments. You can start doing that tomorrow, but to sit up there and use this opportunity to continue to spew hate is very disgusting. And it goes on to show you that we live in a world where people do not take a day off from being mean to others. He's right. That's the sad part, and that's why I'm grateful that I don't read comments. I'm grateful that I'm off Twitter. I only post on Twitter to promote our stuff heavily and then the shows, but it was something that was sad. Now, I completely agree with him in terms of you can't be putting out hate tweets and comments. I actually don't believe there's ever a place for hateful tweets and hateful comments anyway. I just think like, especially if someone does not start with you, there is no need for you to be going all up in their comments, dragging them. No need for all of that. But I understand that some people are still going to do it. But when it comes to the loss of someone, there is some sensitivity that is required that I feel like a lot of people are missing. Now, I hear what he's saying and I agree wholeheartedly to what he's saying on this. But I also think that also aligns with Wanda, his favorite. You know, he loves Miss Wanda a lot. He said it very openly. And I feel like Wanda is also one of the people that is spewing hate, because why are you talking about Keke's mom when she just lost her daughter? So that is part of the hate. And I wish that if we're trying to hold the general public for their tweets and their hateful comments accountable, let's also hold someone like Wanda accountable. But instead, somehow you always end up praising Wanda. Now, of course, that's not to say that he specifically was praising Wanda in this video. I'm just saying from in the past, the way in which he's always praised Wanda. And I feel like the same views that he has about people saying hate tweets and hate comments could also be applied to Wanda. Because I just feel like, to be completely honest, right? Who is a family member and then goes online to start talking about specific things about her mom, the person that just lost her mom, her uncle? That I understand, because the uncle chose violence by coming out to say something. So I understand feeling like you want to respond. And also some other things that she said in the video that I just thought was taking things too far. There was no need for that. Now is not the time to be trying to like insinuate or indirectly blame somebody and almost be like, I told you so. Someone has died. This is serious. And so I feel like with everything in mind, let's keep this in mind. Let's be nice. And also, even as a PSA in general, let's try to be kind to people, irrespective of whether someone is dead or not. Let's not wait for someone to die for you to be kind. Like, I know over here, if you guys notice, the way I do my commentary is very balanced. I don't start calling people names because there is no need for all of that. You have to understand, like, you have to try and keep it kind. You can call out people's behavior, but there's no need for you to be spewing hate. And this is how I live my life. And I just pray that I hope that more people will get to that point, because there is a peace that comes with not focusing on negativity and trying to see the positive things in life. Anyways, that is all I have to talk to you guys about today. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you think that Carlos addressed it in the right way? Do you think there is a right way to address it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll continue the conversation. Don't forget to subscribe, tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post, and I'll see you guys in the chat. Thank you. Bye.